to the MLP cast for Mr. In himself. This is a Battle Cup series that I'll be casting for him. And it feels good to be back. It's been a while. It's been at least a week since I've casted anything. And it's been rather depressing. Life's been busy. Because of TI, there's not really anything to cast. Apart from Echo League, of course, but even that is, speaking of the devil, even that is kind of not, you know, not that many games going on, and the times aren't really lining up well for me, so it's been a bit rough, but nevertheless, got the call, or the Discord message, whichever way you want to see it. Gonna cast a series here now. Probably going to cast one game at a time, so it's not necessarily going to be like a 3-game series right now. We'll see how we go. Depends. Like I've said, it's been probably about a week, so I might be a bit rusty with the whole breathing techniques and stuff like that, so we'll see how it goes. Nevertheless, we've already got some bans going on. We can see a Chaos Knight band, and we see an Invoker Tinker ban, which is pretty standard. I mean, the Invoker, probably not necessary to ban, but you know, if you don't want to play against it, you don't want to play against it. The Tinker ban is absolutely fair enough. Nobody wants to play against a Tinker, and there's a Silencer from the opposing team, which is not very surprising, because that's the other hero you don't want to play against in a Battle Cup. So, we'll see what they pick up here, and we'll see what they're going to try and go for, what kind of draft we're looking at. Now, of course, I do not look at the results prior to starting the cast, so I have no idea what the draft's going to be, or how long the game is, or who wins. So we shall find out the harder way, but the more exciting way nevertheless. Reserve time already being used for that first pickup. Obviously, first pick relatively important. Most people naturally prefer to have the second and the second, first and second pick, I should say, but you can't really choose that in Battle Cup. It's just randomized, so bit unfortunate for Inns boys, but nevertheless, they pick up the Axe. See what they're going to counter with here. First pickaxe isn't something you'd see very often, so
5 seconds remaining.
Not sure what we're looking at. Oops, and I have forgotten to change the stream title, which is going to cause problems. So excuse me for a second while I do that, because I might get in trouble. Alright. Now hopefully I won't get myself in trouble with Echo League admins. Alright, so we are back into this draft. What the hell's happened? We've got a Bristleback and a Witch Doctor pickup. Bristleback, obviously, very interesting hero to say the least. Been getting quite a few nerfs recently, but still extremely strong in the fact that you can't really kill him. There's also a Witch Doctor, which Toby1 himself has said that the Coconut is almost like a second ulti, because it's such a strong stun. Of course, it depends on like a lot of RNG as to which way it bounces, but it's just such a good spell to have. So Witch Doctor is a very, very powerful hero. Offers a lot of utility. So it has the crowd control with the stun, has a heal, which is heal over time, but it's still a heal nevertheless. And then you've got the Maledict, which is probably the least most effective skill, but it can be quite useful as well. And then of course you've got the Death Ward. So if the opposing team just lets you do what you want to do, you're pretty much just going to sit there with the Death Ward and just watch people, or watch bodies drop.
5 seconds remaining.
We saw the Shadow Shaman counter coming out from Rin. Pretty good against the Bristleback, of course, because you can hold him in place, and then it does allow your team to just go to basically the front of Bristle and just hit him in the face rather than the back. The wards work very well for pushing as well, of course. So although Shadow Shaman isn't the most popular pick in the world, it is a very powerful hero. The real issues with it are that it's got a very slow movement speed, its attack animation's terrible. Even its spell animations are quite bad. There's just too much delay with the Shadow Shaman. And it does require a fair few levels to be effective per se. So We'll see how it goes. That being said, though, it is game 1 of this Battle Cup, so generally you don't expect too much from the first team. Obviously, you can't underestimate them, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not really too concerned. First team, probably not going to be the best team. Sometimes you can get very unlucky with Battle Cup, and you can hit one of the best teams straight off the bat, which can really suck. But most of the time, you just get real lucky, and it's just a team that has no idea what they're doing. There's a Slark ban, and there's a quick Viper ban. So banning out heroes just nobody wants to see. At the very least, I can say, like, at least the boring heroes are being banned out. So at least we can have a bit of an exciting game. Third pickup now as well, coming out from Dire.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Should say I've got some peripherals coming in for the forecasting. I've got a pop filter coming, so it will assist with not making the p sound. There's a Vengeful Spirit. So it should be their position for Vengeful, but, you know, the thing is, it can be played as a core. Not the most popular core, though. Personally, I don't like it as a core at all, but some teams like to draft it that way. Sniper is the pickup from Rin. Pretty interesting pick. I guess so far there's no counters to it. You'd probably want to wait till the last pick to choose a sniper to avoid it getting countered. Because right now they could probably pick up a Clockwork, or they could pick up a Spec, and they can all just quickly jump onto the sniper and take him out within a team fight. But it looks like they will. Well, we'll see if they counter it on the Dire end. If they don't, then Sniper's just going to have free reign over everything, especially when you've got an Axe that can call the whole team. I mean, if he gets a good call off, Sniper's just going to have a field day. By the way, there is no delay on the stream, so if anyone's watching, if you wanted to have a chat, I'm happy to reply promptly, because, like I said, no delay. There's a Razor pickup. That's a very weird pick, in my opinion, because there's nothing that, like, in my opinion, there's nothing that they need the Razor for. It's not the greatest carry in the world.
10 seconds remaining.
The whole point of it is that when you can basically link up, if there's an annoying, like if there's a life stealer or something like a melee carry that can get kited really easily, you pick up the Razor because it's so easy to just link and chase them and they can't do anything about it. But right now on the side of the Radiant, there's nothing to really do that to. Like, you've got the Axe, but he doesn't really depend on that attack anyway. I mean, it still helps, I guess. But I don't like that Razor pick at all. There's a Dazzle as well. So, gonna combo well with the Axe. If the Sniper gets jumped on, obviously the Shallow Grave will be there, giving him time to back off. But that would be mostly for the Axe. Just giving him that extra 5 seconds of life to just wreak havoc. Or just back off and survive, depending on what they want to do. It does appear that the Radiant do want a last pick safe lane carry, or alternatively a mid. I'm assuming the Sniper will be mid though, hence why I'm saying they probably want a safe lane carry at this point.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll find out very soon though what they do want to do. I mean, Sniper mid is perfectly fine. At this point, it doesn't appear that the Dire have really chosen a mid yet, but Sniper pretty much does well against any mid. I don't think there's really any mids that cause him too much issue. Then again though, I don't have an analyst with me, so I'm not 100% sure. We'll know soon. Last pickup now, coming out from the Radiant. We'll see what Rin wants to pick up here. I'm still assuming a safe lane carry. But they could opt to go for like a tempo controlling kind of mid. Slow things down a bit if necessary. They're going to use that rest of the reserve time. This is pretty much the time where you just have a chat, make sure everyone knows what they're doing. Make sure everyone's, make sure you know 100% what you want as that last pick. But generally by this point, you should know exactly what you're picking up. And you just pretty much just drag out the time as much as you can. And yeah, just make sure everyone knows who's getting the wards. And oh, wait a minute. Is that a safe lane Necro? This is interesting. I think that's a decent pick. The thing is, they could put it in so many places. Like it can be in any lane. But a safe lane Necro against a Bristle is pretty decent.
5 seconds remaining.
Especially because that what's it called? The Death Pulse, is it? No, sorry, Heartstopper aura. Pretty decent against the offlane Bristle. It won't allow him to just walk around and do whatever he wants, pretty much. So it'll actually make him it's pretty frustrating. Like that aura is really annoying, and yeah, if you're near the Bristle, I mean, he's not going to be able to do too much. There's a Storm Spirit, so there's one of the mids that can deal with Sniper once he's level 6. But before level 6, I mean, that Storm's going to be completely useless against him. So Ted Bear, who will be on the Sniper mid, I'm assuming, should have a decent lane. I can't imagine he'll have too many issues. At the end of the day, if he does get jumped on, you can always just get the Dazzle to TP in and Shallow Grave immediately. Which will generally mean that Storm would have to back off. Well, it looks like we'll get into the game. We'll see we'll see what's going to happen and who's going to play what and what lanes are going to be had, because they are still slightly confusing. I literally cannot wait for this tower showdown to be gone, because it's so pointless. Especially for like a actual, battle cup or whatever, like for the casters, it's so annoying. Alright, so we'll have a look into it, we'll see what's going on. So, on the Radiant end, we've got Rin's team, which will be the Necro, being played by Arc Warden player, ironically not playing the Arc Warden. Rin himself will be on the Dazzle. We have Night Stalker Converse, playing the Shadow Shaman. Ted Bear will be on the Sniper. And finally, we have Star-Lord, who will be playing the Axe. And on the side of the Dire, we have Noxus playing the Storm Spirit. Diggs will be on the Razor. We have Witch Doctor being played by Guwop. We also have Elo Razi being playing the Bristleback. And finally, we have Arcane. I'm going to say is Arcane playing the Vengeful Spirit. It already looks like the side of... I don't even know what their team name is, which is slightly embarrassing, but nevertheless, they're going for some kind of gank here. They do have the Shackles and the Shaman, so it makes it very easy if they get it on Diggs now. And I think Diggs has reacted way too late. There's the Shackle, and there's the Poison Touch as well, and that should be it. They've got everything they need for Diggs. Even if Razor is a relatively tanky hero, doesn't matter when you've got that many ticks on him. They will also be able to pick up the Bounty Rune, and yeah, this is a great start for the side of the Radiant. Slightly unfortunate is the fact that Rin on the Dazzle has picked up the first blood, but at the same time, I mean, it doesn't matter too much, because it will mean he's able to just get that Flying Courier very easily and, pick up a few wards, maybe get a quicker Arcane Boots than he usually could. Diggs not happy about what's happened, but, I mean, it was his slower... he could have gotten away from that, really. Because he kind of just like backtracked a bit and thought, should I go in? Should I not? The answer was not. But He thought about it for a second, and that was a second too late for him to back off. Arc Warden, or Necro I should say, will be played against Noxus on the Storm Spirit mid. So it is a mid Necro. And they are putting... Who is on the safe lane? That would be Tedbear. So I guess that's okay. Bristle won't really be able to get in range to deal any damage to the sniper. So I guess that's how they're thinking about it. Necro mid is still very powerful as well. But, I mean, Noxus shouldn't have a hard time. You can already see he's pretty much denying and last hitting very easily. And there's not much that that Arc can really do about it. Storm Spirit, he does have the better attack animation. And the hero overall is just way better at farming than a Necro is. Well, early he is, and even late he probably is actually. So Necro gonna have to just try and leech some XP, try to get what he can, and maybe later on he can do what Necros do and just ult people and delete them from the game. Top lane, we do see the Razor and the Witch Doctor up against what appears to be a solo Star-Lord. Now, the Axe should not be having an easy time at all against these two. Especially because of that Razor link, because that's pretty much the one hero in the whole game that Diggs can actually link easily. So, to be honest, Star-Lord, I mean, if he goes in, he's going to get linked straight away, and then he's going to have no chance at last hitting. He may as well just go to the jungle right now and get just farm a quick blink. Rin looks like he's just rotating around. Oh, he's going to stack some camps, looks like. That's probably a good idea. If he does stack some camps, at least if Axe doesn't get anything in lane, he can, you know, basically have that backup. Bottom lane, actually, Tedbear gets a kill on VS. Not sure how that happened. It looks like they went for a dive of some sort, and Shrapnel does Shrapnel things. They do end up taking up the VS, so that is a 2 for O so far. Rin now is with Star-Lord. Star-Lord is being a bit aggressive. There's a poison touch, and the call was used on the creeps. Diggs, he does use the link, and that basically stops everything, because as you can see, this damage is just ticking up slowly, and you don't think 38 added damage is that much, but that's basically double damage this early. Razi not going to be happy about the fact that his clarity just got cancelled. Oh, there's a call from Star-Lord, and Diggs, no, they're gonna back off. It looks like Star-Lord doesn't really have enough damage. The link minus damage was still there at the time. Yeah, but they still are making it hard for Diggs to get anything in this lane, so Star-Lord doing a very good job, I've got to say. Looks like Bristleback not having the worst lane in the world. Tedbear, he's not really getting much CS here. He's only got 2 CS. 4 minutes in, that's pretty bad, but they've probably been denying a lot. You've got 3 denies in the VS, and you've got 4 on the Bristle, so yeah, they're making it very hard for Ted to get any kind of last hits here. Speaking of CS though, Storm Spirit, he's pretty much got free reign over this lane right now. Top of the last hits by far. He's at 20 now. And if he can keep this up and get a quick Bloodstone, I mean, he can make a lot happen on the map. He's going to kind of need to as well, because he's the man that needs to jump on that sniper. There's a Shackle from Converse, and Shrapnel comes in as well. Arcane, he will just back off Razi. Looks like he might just keep chasing with those quills, try and get a kill. The slow, though, from Tedbear. Those headshots are real annoying, although Converse almost dies the creep block. Oh, that's a shame. Razi's going to be really upset with that one. That is, that's really a shame for Razi. Range creep coming in to save the day. Things very quiet on the map right now.
Missing middle.
Everyone just content with farming at the moment. I suppose when you do look at the lineups, they're not that interested in fighting too early.
Missing middle.
Converse. Stealing some bounty runes from the opposing team. Arcane might spot him out. Doesn't look like it. Actually, they're going to go on Noxus here. Good little rotation here from Converse if he can find the Shackle. There is a level 6 on Necro as well, so that Shackle would be the death of Noxus. In fact, it looked like Ark, he was going to go for an ulti there. It wouldn't be enough, but if he could get in for that last Death Pulse, then it would be. So the ulti and then walk in Death Pulse would have done the job, but nevertheless, he still does have his ultimate, so he might be able to dodge that Death Pulse long enough. Converse is still in the area though, and he will back off now. Oh, I see an ulti. Necro does get the kill. So like I said, with that ulti and the Death Pulse, it is enough. Pretty much barely enough, but it still, at the end of the day, does the job, and that's a big one. He was at the top of the last hits board. Now, Ark, not only is he going to get that gold, he's going to get that space. And this is going to look real bad for the side of the Dire. That kill was actually game-changing. Because Storms really don't like dying that early. And funnily enough, even though I said that Razor should be having an easy lane top, apparently he's really not. Like, he's got more last hits than Axe, but still Axe has 18. In fact, Starlord, he's going in again. The link's up, but Diggs is copying too much damage from the Culling Blade. Oh, sorry, my apologies, the counter Helix. Oh, there's a Shackle Converse. He does cancel it at the end of the day. Noxus was coming in to help. Actually, they might keep going. Arcane. Got to be careful, but Ark's here. Still 3-0. No one in the Radiant has dropped yet. Ark, again, being very aggressive. He's got his ulti up in 10 seconds, so getting this damage now is, you know, not bad at all, because he might get Noxus when he's least expecting it. In fact, he might just go for it now. Although it's still not enough health, but like I said, if he can get it and walk in and just Death Pulse, that might do the job. Worst case scenario, you force him back to the fountain, although he does still have his shrine. Looks like they might just fight for that refresh rune. Nox is going for it, though. So is Arc Warden, though. He does get there at the end of the day. That being said, Rin is there, and now the ulti. Arc, he does get it off. It's not going to be enough, but can they finish him at all? He tried a heal bomb, didn't work. Arcane is there, but he's very low HP as well. Noxus, he's actually about to go down. That aura is ticking it down slowly, although he does have the bottle, the last poison touch, but it will not do the job. Still, at the end of the day, they do force the Storm back, so that is something. Ulti was committed from the Necro, so he won't have it for about another minute. Looks like Starlord, he's going again. He's got a good call off this time. The link is there. Diggs, he's copying too much damage. The Culling Blade, he will get it. Oh, he tried it on Witch, and he did miss, but at the end of the day, the spin. Good play from Starlord, and some lucky RNG there as well. Five to 0 now, still have not dropped a kill. A lot of confidence coming out from this Radiant End. In fact, is he going against Starlord? Yeah, he's found the Witch Doctor, and this should be a death. In fact, it is. He doesn't have the Culling Blade because he missed it that one time, but eventually it'll come off cooldown.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Things slowing down again, 6-0. We'll bring up this net worth, see what's going on here. And top 3 is the Radiant so far, so they are quite ahead. 3k net worth lead at 10 minutes in is not bad at all. In fact, they look like they're going on bot. Bristle, he's in big trouble here. The Shackle and Razi, he's going to drop. There was no mana for the Assassinate, but it didn't really matter at that point. Oh, they're going to find more. Starlord, he's there with Arc and Arc. They're just going to go after Witch Doctor because he's so much easier to go for. Is the ulti there? Yes, it is, and it will do the job. Arc will pick up another kill for himself. 8-0 now. In fact, they might just go on mid. Noxus, he doesn't have much mana. He won't really be able to back off if they do go on him. He does back off far enough. They need a shackle. No mana available on the witch. Apologies, on the Shadow Shaman.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is falling.
Stupendous.
Top lane. Tier 1 did end up going down. Star-Lord pretty much completely dominated the lane. So it appears that they've lost every lane on the side of the Dire. Which then means you have to go and commit to farming. Unfortunately for them. You can also try for like smoke plays. But their draft isn't made for that kind of stuff. They really need to just farm a bit, get some items up, and then go for a smoke. That being said, though, Arcane is in the wrong side of the map. Star-Lord is going to find the core. Can they pull out the damage, though? It doesn't really look like it quite yet, although Arcane, he sticks around, and there's no matter for the Culling Blade, but it won't matter at all.
No escaping that.
They'll just go back and use the Shrine with... Apparently, they're missing somebody. It was just Rin, but he has enough anyway. 9-0 now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I was about to say, does Star-Lord have his blink? The answer is yes, which is going to cause a lot of headaches for the side of the Dire. Noxus, he's going to be the target here. Can they get the shackles? No, the Vortex is there first. Now the shackles, but the coconut comes through as well. Guap, has he got the ulti? No, he doesn't. Razi's there, though. And Converse, he does use the ulti. I mean, I should say the Shallow Grave was used onto him. Ark, he's there as well, but this isn't the right time. They've lost one. Can he make something happen? The shrapnels do come in. Tedbear, he's going to help out here, and Star-Lord actually gets a kill somewhere else on the map, and he's coming in. If they run up that hill, it's going to be a massive call. Star-Lord, he does find it. The Culling Blade, where is it? It's there, and they're going to find one. Noxus, will they get another? Yes, they will. And Razor, I don't think he's in the best place either. They can't really catch up to him. That being said, Razi, he's trying his best to get a return kill. The call, though, that'll do the job, as well as the Cull, and triple kill for Star-Lord. 13-2 now, so at the very least they dropped 2 kills, but what does that really matter when you basically get a full team wipe apart from the Razor? Ark now, he's also got the Veil of Discord, so all that magic damage they already have on their team, just amplify that just a tad. Noxus is TPing in. It's gonna be interesting to see if if these boys want to actually go and try and get a kill. Razi is there. They've got enough. Because really, they just have to hold him in place with those shackles, and that'll do the job. Ark is around the area as well. The tier 1 mid did go down.
Tower is under attack.
Well, it looks like they will have a go. Battle Hunger committed onto Razi, although it does wear off. The Maelstrom is available. The call does miss. Veil was used as well, but once the call missed, I mean, that was pretty much all she wrote. They are going to keep going, though. I mean, the tier 1 really can't be defended by the Dire at this point. Razi hasn't even got the Vanguard yet. The call again misses, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
honestly, it doesn't really matter. It just means they won't get the kill, but the tower's pretty much guaranteed, it feels. Converse, even going in there, like, that's a lot of confidence for a Shadow Shaman to walk in an Aether Shock.
Dire's bottom tower.
And that, are they even going to stop here? To be honest, it doesn't really feel like they need to. Oh, there's a call? Yeah, it does find Ravi. And will they be able to get a kill? The coconut comes in, the shackle cancelled as well. Now the Death Ward comes out from Guap. It looks like Star-Lord might go down, although the Shallow Grave was there. He'll get the Bristleback actually with the Coal. Now Converse, he might go down, and in fact he will to Noxus, and the axe of course went down at the end of the day to Diggs. Can they get any more? No, it appears they can't. So 14-4, the tier 1 goes down, but you don't want to give too many of those kills back the way of the Dire, because they can really get back into the game if you aren't careful about that. 1.5k gold given to the way of the Dire, even though they're the ones that lost the tower. Ark, he's going to go for a kill here, it looks like. Arcane, he's in big trouble if he gets ulted right now. In fact, he doesn't, though. Noxus comes in, Vortex connects, and now the link from Diggs. Ark, you're feeding, sir, although the Ghost Shroud is there, and he might just be able to walk it off. That Shrapnel's dealing so much damage. So one shrapnel from Tedbear, and that was pretty much time to leave the area. They're trying to farm these ancient stacks with the bristle, but the problem is the Radiant, they're kind of aware of what's going on and they want to keep going. Ark, he still has that ulti, so you can't really blame him for wanting to, wanting to continue. It looks like they will. They're just doing a bit of dewarding here. Who's at the top lane? It's Converse. He's hit level 6. He's got those serpent wards now, so what they're trying to do is basically split push. If you attract enough attention to the bot lane, that'll be it. And in fact, there's a call onto Noxus. It won't be enough damage though, but enough to pretty much drain a lot of mana off him. And in fact, they're going to go onto Razi. They've got the ulti available as well onto Ark. And there's a call onto the Witch Doctor. So at the very least, he's going down. Razi, will he go down? The Assassinate's there, but it is to the back. And that will not be enough. Shadow Shaman still hasn't committed the wards yet, because Arcane is there to try and defend that top lane. Although, to be honest, if you just drop the wards at the tower, I don't think he can come into range to actually kill them off, because the range is just too short on a Vengeful Spirit. Looks like Nexus, though, he will find him, and Canvas actually gets lucky and gets an Invis rune. That's very unfortunate for Noxus, and I mean, of all runes to walk into, you found an Invis. Now he's also gonna have position to get a Shackles off on him. Noxus. He probably should have backed off by this point, because Rin's there as well, and the rest of the team's running. One Shackle is the death of Noxus. It's gonna be long enough, it looks like, for the call, and yes it is. Noxus, I think you're going to sleep, sir, and the Hex was there. The dunk as well. Extremely easy kill to make. There's really no thinking about it. Yeah, they're just going to continue here. No reason to back off. Absolutely none. Wards are dropped as well. Oh, good call out from Star-Lord. He finds the Vengeful. There's no backup for him though. Ark did try to come in, but they really needed to commit that ulti quickly. The Assassinate would have done the job as well. The Melodic, the Death Ward as well, the Ghost Shroud, it's not there yet. In fact, he uses the Blade Mail. Now the call does miss. Guap, he's still standing there just enjoying himself. And that's because he had the Shadow Amulet, in fact. But he ends up going down. Now the Shackles as well onto Bristle. And Bristle, when you get hit at the front, it doesn't matter how good your passive is, because you pretty much become useless. They will take him down as well. If they find Noxus here, that could be massive. Star-Lord, Battle Hunger. Oh, he wants to chase this Shadow Shaman, but he's wasting all his mana. Now the Hex as well. Still no call. In fact, no, it was actually used, but it missed. Can they get him? He's out of mana now. There was a swap from Arcane, a very short distance, and they will back off. Looks like Noxus not really anywhere close to that Bloodstone either, 19 minutes in. He still requires about 3k for that, which is pretty bad news for him. Oh, looks like they may have found the sniper, but he will just back off. Ted, knowing exactly what's going on because of the wards. Razi now does have a Vanguard. In fact, top lane, they actually found somebody. Who the hell is that? Razor. Diggs. Battle Hunger is out, and one dunk will do the job. Can he get in range, Starler? Looks like he will, and there, that'll be it. Not really much to talk about there. Just really good rotations, though, coming out from the side of the Radiant here. Working as a team is the way to put it. Wards are dropped as well from Shadow Shaman, so this pretty much confirms the death of the tier 2 top. And now the question is, will they go back for Roshan? Will they try to get a tier 3? Can the Dire even defend this? Vengeful has no items. There's a Vanguard on Razi, but that's pretty much all she wrote there. Diggs has got a phase boots. Guap is trying to go for a Shadow Blade, I guess, but not really sure why. I mean, it helps with the Death Ward, I suppose, but What's that really gonna do for you? Like for your team, I should say. Because even if he gets a full ulti off, it's, to be honest, the side of the Radiant are way too tanky now. They are pinging towards that Roshan pit as well. It's pretty early, so the Roshan should be relatively easy to take. Although they don't have the best Roshan heroes. Although, yeah, like I said, it's not hard to take at all. The Shackle's there as well. And when you've got an axe to tank it, it's pretty easy. Ted farmed pretty well. Shadowblade, Treads, and Maelstrom. 20 minutes in. What are the Dire doing? There's no smokes at all, so it looks like they're not interested in contesting whatsoever. Even if they were, of course, it was just way too late.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And they gave the Aegis to Ark on the Necro. And they're pinging that mid lane in Noxus. He has no mana. He gets called off straight away. And Ark, does he have the ulti? Yes, he does. Easy kill for him. Arcane tried to help, but now he's going to die as well. The dunk misses, actually. Quick wand coming out from the Vengeful, but it doesn't matter because this is going to open up that mid lane, and I don't think it can be stopped. They may force the buyback from Storm and back off, but I'm not 100% sure quite yet. Guap with the Melodic. Now the Death Ward as well. This might be the death of the Axe. The Blade Mail not doing enough. Although it almost did kill off the Witch Doctor. Now Diggs, he's going to die. It looks like the Shackle as well onto Bristle. And Razi, he's going to back off. Witch Doctor died somehow. I think Ted may have taken care of him. And there's no defense that's going to come out. They're not interested in committing the buybacks. Even if they did, I don't think they can actually do anything about it. GG's called. Arcane. Will he go down? No, he won't. I don't think that's a GG to end the game, though. Oh, assassinate. Wukop, Arcane. He will end up going down. That's one Rax gone. Guap has been found as well. Throws the Coconut and the Melodic, but there's too many heals to kill off Ark, I think. Noxus does jump in, but gets shackled, and in fact, it is GG well played. Okay. So S4 LoL pick up a 23-minute victory. I mean, that was a very confident victory to say the least. Well, I suppose it's game one. I believe I'll be casting game 2 either later on or tomorrow, and probably game 3 straight after that, because right now I don't have that much time. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, follow the Twitch and the YouTube and the Twitter. Otherwise, guys, it's been a pleasure as always. And like I said, game 2 and 3 probably tomorrow after I come back from work. And yeah, we should have a bit more fun with that. I mean, hopefully not another 23-minute game. But nevertheless, thanks for watching, guys. You guys have a great day ahead.